Hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. Welcome to the webinar. Just say hi, and if you heard me well, just say hi in the chat room. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. So just giving the others a few minutes to get on. I know that sometimes you have maybe the kids to put to bed, and that may not go on time, as you know, because I know as getting ready for the webinar and different things were happening. So we understand, just give yourselves a couple minutes. But in the meantime, if you're online and you're here, welcome. So good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, welcome to the Get Paid webinar. So to get the best value out of this, I really suggest that you get some pen and paper ready and take good notes, not only about what you learn from this, but if ideas come to mind for your own business and for your own ideas, what is that going to look like? So that I know ideas are going to pop up. So take some time, make sure that you have that pen and paper ready and ready to go. So just to ensure that we have the right people on the webinar, our goal today is to really show you and for you to come to that own realization that right where you are, based on the skills, knowledge, abilities, and experiences that you have had your entire life, that it's valuable and that you can earn multiple streams of income from those experiences and knowledge and skills that you have. And that's really very important. And that's our goal for today and main goal for today. We want to also indicate to you why it is important to get paid for your purpose and your skills. So I guess today we'd have two groups of people. One would have done the Quest for Purpose course, where we'd have taken you through a process of finding out your purpose. What's your life calling? What are the things that light you up? What are your unique abilities? What are your key strengths? What do you really enjoy doing? What do you love doing? So some of you on the program today might have completed that. And so for those of you who did not, I strongly suggest that sometime after this program and webinar that you go ahead and complete that, because the feedback has been amazing. And why are we talking about purpose anyhow? So we here at Go for 10 are really more concerned about your happiness and fulfillment at the end of the day. So yes, we are going to be talking about money today, and that's really very important. But from our perspective, there are many, many, many ways to make money. And just by the very people who are on the webinar today in your different businesses and your different industries, you know there are many ways to earn income. And that's really very important for your family, etc. But at the end of the day, it's about being happy, being fulfilled in what you are doing. So that's really our focus here at Go for 10, to have fulfillment, to have contentment. And that really comes from, in terms of what we believe to be at the intersection of your purpose and your income generating business. So it is possible, we believe, that you can find your purpose and turn it into a profitable business. So people who would have done the Quest for Purpose, hopefully that you would have gotten closer to, if not have found it. So great for you. And for the folks who did not do the Quest for Purpose program, I strongly suggest that you do. It's over 3 days and maybe 15 to 20 minutes per day. So it's not going to really take a lot of time to do it, but it's really very important that you do. In our estimation, we really believe that it's important. Finding your purpose is so important, because at the end of the day, what's really critical is to have fulfillment and contentment in what you do, and it lights you up. That's most important. So that's really our focus here, and I wanted to get that out of the way here on this webinar. That's what our focus is here on Go for 10, to help you find your purpose, build a profitable business that creates happiness and fulfillment in your life. So today we're going to help you to find 5 additional income streams based on where you are right now, the skills, the knowledge, the abilities, the experiences that you have right now. Okay, so do we have a deal? That's the goal today. And more than just that, I think that what is important is freedom and time freedom. I think at the end of the day, what money gives you and those additional income streams is really freedom. So also have that at the back of your mind, more time freedom, so that you can spend more time with your family, spend more time traveling, spend more time doing your favorite sport or recreation. That's what it's about. So we want to give you the ability to have that lifestyle at the end of the day, what we call the 10 life. Okay, so let's go. So 5 income streams, and let's start speaking about money, because that's what it is in terms of income. And what is money? What is income? And we define it as simply as an exchange of value. Okay, an exchange of value. So the question really begs then, what is the value that you can provide? And is the value valuable to, is it extremely valuable in itself? And then also, how many people will appreciate the value? That's really going to be, at the end of the day, what the income and the quantum of income is going to be based on. The quantum of the value that you're giving, and also the number of people who value it and who's going to pay for that value. So I want you to think about that. Don't think necessarily about income, but think about value. Okay, so great to have you. So I want you to think about value. And I promise you that you have value based on the knowledge that you have, the experiences that you have, and the education that you have put yourself through. So that's what I want you to focus on, value today. And I hope to unearth and help you unearth a lot of the great value that you have in yourself. So that's important. The other thing I want you to think about before we jump into it is, why do you want 5 additional income streams? I think that it's really very important to understand that, and take a couple seconds and write down, why do you want 5 income streams? Because I'm gonna deliver today on giving you those 5 income streams. But if you really don't want it, if you don't have a strong reason why you want it, you're probably not going to implement what I'm going to share with you. So take a few moments and really figure out, why do you want that? You might think it's an obvious question, but it's not always that obvious. So think about it, write it down, why it is that you want to have 5 income streams, because that's really important. Super. So what I'm going to share with you today, one of the important concepts is what I call, or what is called, acres of diamonds. And a guy by the name of Russell Cromwell, who was born in 1843, he really popularized the notion of acres of diamonds. And the concept of acres of diamonds was that there is this farmer in Africa who heard that Africa has a lot of diamonds. Okay, so he decided that he will go and search for these diamonds. So he sold his farm and went searching for diamonds. He didn't have much luck in wherever he went to, when he sold his own farm and went looking for diamonds somewhere else, and he didn't find it. And the story was that he eventually got very frustrated and took his own life. Okay, and then the farmer who bought the original guy's farmhouse, he took a different approach. He also heard that there was a lot of diamonds, there were a lot of diamonds in Africa. But he went on to learn about diamonds, really dug into the industry and find out what he needed to know, get the right information so that he could really set off on the right footing and take the right steps, as opposed to the other guys who just jumped into it and went looking for diamonds without really knowing the business of diamonds, so to speak. And with that knowledge, the second guy who bought the farm from the original guy, he started to see signs that maybe right where he was, there were diamonds, and he looked for certain signs based on the research that he did, based on the data that he got, based on the knowledge about his industry that he got. And he started to dig for diamonds, and he saw certain signs based on the information that he got. And eventually he found, one huge diamond that was worth a lot. And then he started to dig more, and then he realized that he was really sitting on acres of diamonds. Okay, acres of diamonds. So I believe that right now you are sitting on acres of diamonds, and that's why the idea behind the webinar, 5 additional income streams from right where you are right now, based on your current knowledge, skills, abilities, experiences. Right there, it's right there. When you think about it, there is money to be made in every industry. Whatever you are involved in, there is money to be made in every single industry that is outside there. And you just have to do like the second farmer, where you have to get the right information, learn about your industry, the history of it. Why was it created? Who created it? Do you know what was the annual sales for the last 5 years in your industry? What is it this year? What's the projection for the next 5 years? Do you know? And the reason why I'm asking that is that to really be able to get the maximum value from these 5 additional income streams, you really need to be good at what you do and have information there that other people will value. And that's really critical. So I believe that you are sitting on acres of diamonds. We all are, but it's just to get the right knowledge to be able to harness it, the right mindset, and the right data and what to look for to spot the diamonds. But I promise you that you are sitting on acres of diamonds. And today, in this webinar, I will also give you a tool to help you to find that out, okay? How do you know that whatever you think that you have as your unique skills and abilities would be of value, and it is value in the marketplace. So I'll give you a really very important tool today, so stay tuned for that. And I did say that I have a special announcement at the start of the webinar, and I know that we're 10, 11 minutes into it, but the thing is that I really want to encourage you to stay right through to the end of the webinar. And I'm going to give away, we at Go for 10, because we have just launched, literally March 1st, 2018. So we have Go for 10 scholarships, as much as $30,000 US in scholarships to be used future in other Go for 10 online programs. But you're only going to get it if you stay for this entire webinar. And we have some fantastic technology to figure out if you actually stayed for the entire webinar. Okay, so that's critical. So that's $30,000, and it's broken up into 10 scholarships, about $3,000 US each. So, and I'm going to give you a link to be able to access it at the end. So I think you want to stick around till the end, and not only just to get the scholarship, but also I think it's going to be really amazing, life-changing information. Okay, so for the people who did the quest for purpose and really found their purpose, a lot of times I want to address this, and I indicated that this is one of the goals of the program, to indicate why is it important to get paid for our purpose. And many times people who find their purpose, they think that they want to give it away and it should be for free. But usually our purpose is to make an impact in the world. and to impact other people's lives. And we have found that people really don't value things that are free. Okay, and to get the best results, and again, just historically, the more people pay, the more they become vested and invested in whatever you have to share. And when they become more invested, they're going to do what is required, and they're going to get the results, and you're going to have the impact that you really want to have. Because at the end of the day, purpose usually is about the impact that you can have on society, in other people. So you want to have that impact, and it's just a natural fact that people do not value things that are free. And the more they invest in things, the more they will invest their time, their energy, and other resources to have success. And when they have success, then you would have had success in your purpose. So that's why I really believe that it's important to get paid for your purpose. And guess what? You know, you have families too, and you have bills to pay, and you have your own goals and dreams and aspirations. So we believe that, you know, it is possible to find your purpose, turn it into a business that leads to abundance for other people, yourself, and your family. And that's really our idea here and goal at iGo410.com, to really help you to get to that point. Okay, so that's why I believe that you should get paid for your purpose. So if you know what it is, if you know what your unique abilities are, I want to share with you now a tool that is going to help you to understand if and how many other people really value what you have. So the first thing I want you to think about is not only in terms of the skills that you have, but to think about, when you utilize that skill, what problem do you solve? Because people really buy solutions to their problems primarily. Okay, so the skills, unique abilities, purpose that you have in you, I want you to think a little bit further. What is the problem that you are solving? Okay, is it you know, greater income? Is it losing weight? Is it you know, a better night's sleep? Is it more productivity, more work-life balance? Is it a work of art? Whatever it is that your unique abilities are, and your strengths are, your passion, what is the problem that it solves? Okay, I want you to think about that and write that down. That's really very important, because again, people buy solutions to their problems, and that's where you're going to have to provide a solution. So translate your skills, your unique abilities, to the solution that you want to, or the problem that you want to solve, the solution that you want to bring to people. And here's a very, very important tool, because we are in the age of the internet, okay? And if you have a challenge, if someone has a challenge, where's the first place they're going to go? That's correct, Google. Okay, yes, so they Google it, whatever challenge that they have, you know, more income, what's the right program to do, what's the best school to go to, what's the best way to lose weight, what's the best breakfast to have, what's the best dinner to have, all sorts of problems and challenges people have in their lives. And I'm hoping that that you see that there is a lot of opportunity in all of what you experience. And I want you to think beyond your career and business experience, just life. Maybe you have gone through a personal challenge that you realize that there are many other people who go through the same challenge, and maybe you would have come up with a solution that you could help so many people. Guys, that could be really amazing, and because there are so many challenges out there. So Google has this tool called Google AdWord or Google Keyword. Okay, and so any idea, any problem that you think that you have solved, any unique abilities that you have that is used to solve a problem, then you want to pull up, register for Google AdWords or Google Keywords, and it's a wonderful tool. You simply put in the word, the problem, and not to worry, it's going to bring up all of the related words, and it's going to tell you how many people on Google would have searched that particular thing for that month, or the average over the last 12 months. Okay, so Google keywords or Google AdWord, register for it, and anything that you think that you solve, your unique abilities, any challenge that you would have gotten over and you think that you could help other people, then you go there and you do the search and see how many people would have searched it. And you know that the reason why people are searching it is because they're looking for a solution. Okay, if they go in and they Google time management, it means that they might really be not good at managing their time. They don't feel that they have enough hours in the day. Okay, so you want to utilize that no matter what it is. And that's what I utilize to help me to understand my business. And the great thing about that tool is it can get very, very granular. If you think about your target market, for example, you can choose a particular country, you can choose other criteria, maybe age group, and that sort of thing, interest, and it will tell you how many people in those countries, maybe even in a state or in a town. That's how powerful the Google AdWords is to help you to really zero in and help you with your target market. So it's a wonderfully free business tool. You don't need to pay any marketing company to do any marketing research for you. It's absolutely free and it's absolutely spot on. There's no guesswork. It's the real searches that people go on to Google for. So for example, I know that when people are not necessarily following their purpose, they're not doing the thing that they really love, the problem that they're going to have is stress. It's going to be anxiety, the feeling of, is there more? So I go and I figure out how many people are stressed out, how many people are anxious, how many people are looking for a solution for anxiety. And I know that's why I know it's a good business idea to do what I'm doing, because the lack of purpose, the lack of getting value for who you're worth, the lack of payment in your job for all of the master's programs and MBA programs that you would have done, that creates frustration, that creates stress, and it creates an anxiety. And most people go to try and find a solution, guess where? On Google. Okay, so that helps me in my marketing, and it's going to help you in your marketing to get to the right target group. And that's really very important, to be able to easily make 5 additional income streams. Okay, it's hitting the target, knowing your customer, hitting their target, knowing their problems, knowing their stresses, knowing their feelings, knowing their emotions, knowing their fears. Okay, and Facebook is also a great tool, and there's an app now that tells you, based on the emojis that people use, their personality type, and you can begin to target your ideal customers, the people that you want to serve, the people that you want to help. So that's really very important. So I can tell you, for example, that anywhere from 100,000 to 1 million searches per month on stress, anxiety, depression, for example. And that's substantiated by other results. If you go into the US, for example, and you search particularly in the US, what's the top mental disorders and challenges people have? Same for Europe, same for India, same for Australia. The top 3 are stress, anxiety, and depression, for example. Cancer is a big issue. I was doing some search in preparing for this. And what we found, for each different type of cancer, it could be lung, colon, blood, bone, breast, cervical, there is 1 million searches per month on each of those on Google. We know there's an epidemic. Okay, so people are looking for solutions. The same thing with insomnia. 1 million searches per month. People are looking for solutions. And I'm just, throwing things out there. You're going to have to figure out. Oh, you're not hearing me? Oh my God. Oh, this is crazy. I'm now realizing that you guys are not hearing me. This is crazy. You guys hear me now? Give me some feedback, please. Let me know if you're hearing me now. All right, let me know if you're hearing me now. Okay, thank you so much. So I think I may need to redo all of this. Yeah, because if you won't hear me all the time, but if you have the time, I will. So let me know what your feedback is. If you, I can restart because I didn't know what was happening with the audio. I wasn't getting the feedback. My signals here are telling me that my audio was okay. So I'm really very sorry about that. Just looking at my monitor for the feedback, everything seemed fine. So maybe I need to rejig all of this. I'm really very sorry for those of you who have tuned in. And so I'll start again, but I'll quickly go through it. So you're here to learn how to have 5 additional income streams. Okay, so give me, oh, so someone said they heard the majority of it. Okay, so I think I'll continue, Prudence. Thanks a lot for that, and Simone. Okay, great. Thank you so much for that. So I was talking about Google AdWords and the challenges that people have, and there are challenges in all areas of life. And it could be, I want you to think about it. Think in terms of physical health and wellness. There's a lot of challenges in there from, you know, different illnesses. It could be diabetes. It can just be people searching to have a healthier lifestyle, less stress, better breakfast, better diet. What is the best exercise program? And emotional. So let's just look at the different aspects of life. So physical health and wellness is a big area, billion-dollar industry. Okay, emotional pain, billion-dollar industry. Career, what's the best career? Advice on career, how to do an interview, how to write a resume, how to prepare for an interview. All of these subsets, guys, there are millions of people all over the world constantly searching every day for information. And if you have value, if you create value, they are willing to pay for it. Okay, so I hope that's you know, useful for you and for you to understand that. And that's, I call it my happy site, right? Because when I go and I see the millions of people who are searching for the thing that I want to share and help people with. So that gives me a lot of motivation, and that should give you a lot of motivation too, to find out, you know, if there are a lot of people who value what you have to share. And I want you to understand something, that when you're starting off, you do not need to be an expert. So many people do not move forward in starting their businesses and in starting their dream career because they want to get to a particular level. So I'll share with you that something that took me 3 years to understand when I started my business. I didn't play as big as I could have played because I felt like I had to go and have, you know, extreme success to be able to really get people to buy into what I'm sharing. But understand something, you just need to be one step ahead of the people who are going to buy your products and services. One step, you know, somebody who might be, so one of the things that I have done was to step out of a career and start a business. Do you think there are many people out there who want to step out of their career to begin a business? Yes. So I have done that successfully. So now I can share with people the process, the mindset, the skills that you need to learn. And now that I've spent, you know, 8 years doing this, and I've made a lot of mistakes along the way, now I can help other people to fast track their success so that they do not need to go through all of the mistakes that I have gone through. So understand that. That's really very important, that you don't need to be you know, a world-changing expert on the thing that you're good at. You just need to be able to provide a solution one step ahead of the people who need what you have to
share. Okay, I hope that that makes sense to you and gives you a little bit of comfort that there are people who will buy your services, who will value your services, and that you don't need to be ultra well known and famous to be able to earn from it. There are so many people, you will not know their names, that are just killing it on the what we call the knowledge commerce platform. Okay, and that's really what it is sharing your knowledge. And as I said before, I hope the audio didn't blur at that point in time, but it's $105 billion industry. People buying information, knowledge online, $105 billion industry in 2015, and it's scheduled, it's planned, it's projected to go up to $241 billion by 2022. I'll repeat that, $241 billion by 2022 of online, people buying online information, courses, whatever, access to courses, subscriptions, and we'll talk about that. Okay, so thank you, Prudence, for that feedback. I appreciate the feedback. And so yes, so let's now jump into the 5 additional income streams that you can have. So one of them quickly is simply online courses, and I don't wish to make it sound always easy, but it's a lot easier now with the technology. The course I created recently was done on my iPhone. Okay, iPhone, a nice lighting system, and well, I thought I had a good microphone, but that's all that you need to do. Structure your information, and people will buy once you target. Okay, once you know how to do sales, once you know how to do marketing, and we'll talk about how you get there. So online courses, for example, you could create an online course. So for example, I am, the platform that I got to build my courses on, very interesting. I was trying to figure out some of the stuff, and guess what I did? When I couldn't figure it out, I went on to Google, and guess what was the first thing that came up? Someone offering a course on how to utilize the software. Guys, there are courses on how to use the new iPhone 8. There are courses on how to use Microsoft Word, because people just don't know. Okay, it's crazy what people will want information on. It's just crazy. It's crazy. How to do makeup properly, how to do woodworking properly, maybe how to do art, a new vocation that people want to do. Whatever it is, people are out there searching. It's just so many things. Just think about life altogether. You can be a herbalist, for example. You can create an online course on how to do that. You can be someone who makes soap, for example. So that's one income stream. Manufacturing the soap and selling it. But now you can teach other people on how to make soaps, lotions, for example. It's just crazy in terms of the amount of opportunities, the acres of diamonds that you are sitting on based on what your skill set is, your previous history, your abilities. So that's one avenue. One of it is to create online courses, and the beautiful thing there, guys, is that you do it once and you do not need to do it again. You created it's an online course that people can buy a number of times, multiple times, as a matter of fact, an infinite number of times. It's just like a book. You write it once, and there's an unlimited possibility in how many people can buy it, how many copies can be sold, and the same for online courses. And the reason why we're saying that's great, because other than just the 5 income streams, it's the leverage that you want to create. It's the time freedom that you don't need to be doing this over and over and over. You might do new courses, but you can create one course, and once it's valuable and it's pertinent, you can leave that up for years, okay, up for years. And people are going to be buying. I mean, I bought a course last year, and it was crazy. The guy updated it, but he had a lot of it was what he recorded 20 years ago. I mean, he was 20 years younger. The clothes that he wore was obviously 20 years back in the day. Okay, and he's still selling that today because it was valuable and it still is valuable. Okay, so that's one way of one additional income stream, online courses. Another income stream that you can do is to teach multiple people at the same time. And this is going to be a higher value. You can do it like this. You can do it via a webinar and what is called group coaching. And imagine that you have a program where you have 30 people from all over the world, logging into your real life online program. So that's really what we call leverage. So that in that same 1 hour or 2 hours, you are serving 30 people, and that's 30 times the income as opposed to one person. And that's crazy leverage in terms of how you could really maximize your time. And so group coaching, group online coaching, where now your marketplace is global. Okay, does that make sense? Because I have been to many places in the world, and I can tell you people are the same wherever you go. They have the same goals, the same aspirations, and the same problems and same challenges. So now and the online world creates a global marketplace. Okay, and that's really important. And you can do that month after month after month. Think about it, that you have an online group coaching program and you have 30 people on, maybe even paying you $500 US a month. That's 15,000 US dollars a month that will be derived from maybe, I would say, 8 to 12 hours of work per month that you have to do. Think about it, 8 to 12 hours per month to make $15,000. Okay, isn't that amazing? And that's just one of the 5 income streams. Then we have the online courses. And the third one I'm going to share with you, it's something called membership sites, or it's like a subscription-based business. So you know that there are people who subscribe to magazines every month. They get it in the mail. So in today's world, in the knowledge commerce world, then you can create a platform where people sign up for your membership and you give value. Always remember that your income is tied to the value. So, and the great thing now is that they don't need to wait for the subscription to come in the mail. If they remembered an article or an important piece of information that was in last June's magazine, they don't need to go through digging through the piles to find June's magazine. It's right there on their laptop. It's right there on their phone. They can get that subscription. Do you think that's something valuable? I think that's extremely valuable to share the information that you have and people have it at their fingertips. Okay, and those have varying prices, and they have the low end, like I have one for $7. Okay, and that entails complete access to, in the future when I do webinars, I'm going to do a lot of private webinars, so people in that membership alone will be able to get this information. And then I'm going to interview some of my wonderful friends and really the global experts in the different areas. It could be sales, it could be marketing, it could be writing a book. Whatever it is, I have met a lot of great people who are experts in those areas, and I'm going to bring them on into live sessions like these. I mean, is that worth $7 a month? I think it is, okay, to have that access, and guess what? You're going to have it for a lifetime as long as you maintain the membership. So think about, again, your expertise, your unique abilities, your skills, your purpose. Think about it. Do you think that there is at least 1,000 people, just 1,000 people in the world that will value the information that you have to share? Okay, I hope the answer is yes. Okay, so if the answer is yes, think about it. 1,000 persons paying $7 a month. Okay, and $7 really low. I've seen where it's gone up to $99 a month. $199 per month, $9.99 per month, based on the value that people are sharing. But I'm just keeping it really very simple right now. So think about it. $7 US, 1,000 persons. That's $7,000 per month. Guys, that managing a membership site and providing that information, writing blogs, doing a webinar maybe 2-3 times a month is not going to take you more than 8 to 10 hours per month. So think about that, 8 to 10 hours per month and $7,000. You know, what I call sleep money. And you really don't need to do a lot of it. You create it, you put it out there, and all of your members, all of your subscribers are going to have 24/7, anywhere they are on the planet, information that they can get from you. Okay, so that's super exciting. So that's 3 areas. Again, let me re-emphasize them: online courses, group online coaching. Number 3, subscriptions, monthly subscriptions. Another one, so we're kind of going up in value, okay, here, is one-on-one coaching. Who can you help? Who can you help one-on-one to solve their problem based on the knowledge, skills, and abilities that you have? And people pay good money to have that. So some people may not want an online course. Some people may not want to be in a group coaching program. Some people might just want to talk to you one-on-one and get that information. And trust me, sometimes the information that you have can be life-changing. I believe it is life-changing. You know, just being able to sleep better, a simple problem like that. You know, and I'm going on about that because I was amazed yesterday just in preparing for this webinar, going through Google keywords and AdWords, you know, what are the challenges that people have? And they will pay just for a better night's sleep to learn and get from you specifically to get over a particular challenge, to have better time management, to have better work-life balance, to be able to start to paint, to be able to have an additional income stream, to be you know, better at putting on their makeup, to be a better accountant, to be a better manager, to be a better leader, to be a better father, to be a better mother, to be a better parent. And I could go on for days, guys, in terms of the challenges that are out there. And I don't know, I'm just talking about, you know, what comes to mind right now, because there's so many. So you can tell me, you know, your particular area of expertise, and I can help you through that. So you want to connect with me after this webinar. Okay, so that's for one-on-one coaching, and that's really, you know, really very good in the sense of the income possibilities with respect to that. And I'll just share with you so that you have context of what some of the best in the world. Okay, I'm going to go there so that you understand, even if you're down here, what is possible for you. So some of the top leadership, you know, gurus in the world on things of personal development and that sort of thing, they charge. And you can go on their websites now, but I don't, for the sake of confidentiality and good ethics, I don't want to call any names right now. So maybe you could connect with me after, and I could point you to the websites. But you can go like right now and see what they charge. So some of the top leadership gurus, authors, for example, their coaching, one-on-one coaching, starts at $150,000 US per month. Starts at. Okay, so those are the, you know, the gurus, the super experts. So what about $2,000? And you have 10 clients. Okay. Excuse me. Talking too much. 10 clients that you could serve. Excuse me, guys. Really just need to get some water. I should have prepared for this. One moment. I'm back. Sorry about that. I should have had water in all of my setup here. But as I said, you know, and this is a story in life when you're just about to do something good. You think there are challenges. My front gate stopped working. People came knocking on the door. Nobody walks into my yard. So it's just kind of crazy. And now my voice is going. So I really apologize about that. So we were talking about one-on-one coaching, and you have knowledge, you have expertise, you have done things, and I have spent 20 years in human resources, and the majority of it is in training and development. So think about it. People get qualified in their respective fields, and then when they come into an organization, the organization still needs to do ongoing training. Okay, so maybe you would have gone through ongoing training yourself in the job that you have, and you can now help people based on the training that you have. I want you to understand training is lifelong. Okay, coaching can be a lifelong business. It is, and I can tell that. And if you worked in organizations, you would know people are always upgrading their skills. So what skills did you get in upgrading, and how you can help other people who do not have that skill? And as I said, people will pay a premium to work with you personally, so that they're not in a class of 10, 15 other people. They want personalized attention. They want to know that you understand them, that they can explain in detail what their challenge is. And you could provide that solution. So the fourth area is of income is one-on-one coaching. Okay, and the last one is doing live events, live training events based on your knowledge and expertise, and that's really another income earner. And even if you have a job now, it's something that you can do on the weekend. Can you run a 6-hour parenting course on a Saturday, for example? Yes, you can, if that's the expertise that you have, or work-life balance, or time management, or budgeting, family budgeting. There's so many people who struggle with doing a budget for their family. You would not believe. Just go on Google AdWords and you will see. Whatever it is, you can create the product based on your knowledge and expertise, and you can use social media for free to market your program. So it's crazy, and I hope that was useful for you in terms of those 5 additional income streams that you can generate right now. Right now, you can begin the process. I'm not saying you can jump online and do it right now. One thing about a Go for 10 is that we are very honest with the people that we interact with about what is possible and when it is possible. We don't want to sell a pipe dream. Is it possible? Yes, it is, but it takes work and it takes strategy. It takes understanding marketing. It takes understanding creating a unique value proposition. It takes understanding some of the technology. It takes setting up the business entity properly. It takes making sure that you put the right legal requirements in place, so that you're not sued. For example, if people says, well, you promised that this course or this coaching is going to help me do this, but as you know, you can give your information, but you can't make people do anything. So it's really important to be able to set that up. And it took me a long time to understand all of those elements. And I can tell you, doing an MBA, and I have 2 master's degrees, and one in strategic thinking and one in e-business. So that's what I'm really utilizing now, my knowledge in e-business, finally, to help other people to create online businesses and utilize technology to bring in those additional income streams and to create leverage, so that you don't have to be there all the time, so that you could utilize your time to spend with your family, doing your favorite vocation, recreation, traveling. That's really what it is at the end of the day. And today the technology is there, but it takes work and structure to set that up. And that's what is in our initial master's class that we have at Go for 10. It's going to help you with all of that, really honing in on your unique selling proposition. I can tell you guys, 95% of the people that I speak with, people who run business, and I ask them, who's your ideal client? They don't have a clear definition of who their ideal client is. And when you don't know that, when you don't define that, you are leaving thousands, possibly millions of dollars on the table because you're not getting targeted. And when you get targeted, it's really going to bring in a lot of income for you. So we're going to help you with that. It's called Daring Business Builders Masters Class. And why we call it daring is really people who dare to jump out and do their heart's longing to jump out. If you have a job now, to create that so that you could walk away when you want to walk away, because right now you may be stuck in the middle of the hierarchy, and you can't move up unless your boss dies or they move. Okay, and I know there's a lot of people who feel stuck, and guess what? Google told me that. Okay, so I know I provide a solution. Okay, and I want to be clear in our value system here at Go for 10. We are not going to ask you to do anything that we haven't done ourselves. Okay, and that's really important for us to really live what we teach. So it's really important to get very niche. It's important to set up your IT infrastructure, your legal system to protect your business. It's very important to have a sales plan, a marketing plan, and all together a proper business system, a business structure. And a lot of people who go into entrepreneurship, who jump out from their jobs into entrepreneurship, that's one of the biggest things that they fail to do, and they end up not having the success that they thought that they could have, and the entrepreneur life that is possible. Most of them who do not live it, the number one reason is because they haven't gone through that business planning process and put in the proper systems and structures in place. And that's what we are really going to do with the Daring Business Masterclass, Daring Business Builders Masterclass. Okay, and what it is, let me give you some details. So it's over 3 months. It's really immersive and intensive. It's 3 months. It's going to be 6 online group coaching programs where we're going to be live like this, where we're going to do the training. And then after each session, we're going to have a live Q&A where you could ask questions and get solutions, something that you may be thinking in your head. Then you're going to have also 6 one-on-one sessions with me personally to look at your business so that we make it specific to your business. We look at the challenges in your business, and you're going to craft your business one-on-one. And then we're also going to have a private Facebook group where you're going to get content, you're going to get additional content, you're going to get almost 24-hour support in the sense that you can post questions. You're not only going to get answers from me, but from other entrepreneurs on the course who could also help you with that based on their own experiences. Then you're going to have private access to the webinars. I'm going to really interview some experts in each of these areas. I'm not an expert in sales, okay? And I have a sales expert who's going to take you through those systems to drive sales, for example, and marketing systems, the legal systems, how to build a good pipeline of clients, a referral system, for example. So all of that is going to be packed in over 3 months. And then you're also going to end up with a 90-day game plan. What are you going to do after that? Because I'm very real with people. It can take 3 months to set up the business structure, but you're going to have to put work into to get it going, get the clients coming in and getting the systems running. And that might take you a further 3 months, but it's important to get set up properly. I didn't do this at the start. I promise you, even with my 2 master's degrees, I did not set up all of these structures and systems at the start. And it really kept me back early on. And it's because I had certain fears, for example. I didn't really want to get niche because I was like, if I got niche and there was nobody there, I was going to get income, but that was just really my fear and doubt speaking, and not having the right people, not having the right information to get the correct way of thinking, to get the right information to point me in that right direction. And that's really what the Daring Business Builders Masterclass is all about. So it begins on March 21st, 2018, and because we really want to work with people who are serious, people who want to make a commitment to making a change to other people's lives and their lives. We want to interview you. Okay, so there's an application process for it, and right down at the bottom of the screen right here, you can click and answer. We want to know a little bit more about you and apply. And what we'll do is we'll set up a conversation with you to have a chat to understand your real goals, your desires, your challenges, and really how much that you want to put into building this, because a lot of people would like to do business, but there's a difference between would like to and people who just have a burning desire to make a change. We are only going to have 12 people on the class, that Daring Business Builders Masterclass, only 12, because we want to help you to focus and drill down in your particular business, help you solve your situation. You're not going to be lost in a crowd. So small class sizes, maximum value. So if that sounds good to you, and that's something that you want to do, that you want to take the next step. So today, I hope this was of value, that you did get to understand for you what is possible in terms of the 5 additional income streams based on where you are today, right now, based on the knowledge, skills, experiences that you have, how you can create 5 additional income streams. So I hope you got that today, but then what do you do with that information? Okay, so if you take the information and you don't do anything, then it's just like not getting the information. Okay, I know sometimes it may not be the right time, but guess what? It's never going to be the right time. Always the right time is now. And you don't want to miss that opportunity. So let's have a chat and see if this is the right thing for you, if this program suits you in terms of what you want to do and your hopes and goals and dreams and aspirations. So I want to now spend a few minutes to recap, but you can click right below there. It will take you to the application. So right below the video scene, you will find a little chat box that says register now, and you could simply go through there, about 8 questions to answer. And what we'll do is we'll contact you after and set up a call and go into more detail about the program, what it entails, and the value that you're going to get. This is not for everyone. This is for serious people who want to have those 5 income streams, not just to think about it and be happy about thinking about it, but to actually get it, to build those income streams, to buy back some time, get back some time with your family. I know some of you, a lot of you have sacrificed that. So it's now time to get paid for it, paid for all of the sacrifices that you've made, all of your life. And that's what you have. There are so many people who you are 1 step ahead of, maybe 2, maybe 10, and you can help them and they will pay for it. Again, guys, right now, it's close to a $200 billion industry, all right? Online information, knowledge commerce, people getting information. And today I shared with you 4 that are online and 1 that are offline. So just to recap again, the 5 income streams that you can do right now. 1 is that you can turn your knowledge, expertise, experience into online courses and sell them online. Again, create it once and sell it an infinite number of times. It's even better than a book, because you're still going to have to print the book. Okay, you write it once and you have to reprint it, but oh my God, with the online system, you film the video once and that's it. You can sell that for the next 20 years as long as it is valuable. Okay, so that's 1, online courses. 2, group coaching. You can get people on a live webinar like this and give value and charge for your services. And you can have 30, 40. Some platforms can have up to 200 people on at the same time paying for this. Okay, so think about it. Even if you charge $100 at 200 people, that's $20,000 for an hour's work, or 2 hours. Okay, and I'm speaking US dollars here. So group coaching, and it can be anywhere clients from anywhere in the world because the technology allows that. I know in this webinar, I have people registered from India, people from Italy, people from Africa, people from the US, people from the UK, people from Trinidad and Tobago, and all over the Caribbean. So this is just a real life example of how you can do that. So group online coaching, another great way. We also spoke about membership or subscription, where you have a platform that only paying members go to, and they have access to this information 24/7, 365 for the rest of their lives, as long as they continue to maintain their membership anywhere in the world. So that's better than a magazine membership, for example, where you might pay for it and it gets thrown out in the dustbin or somewhere else, and you can't find the information and you have to go and search the information again. Let them find the information on your site and let them pay instead of paying all the other subscriptions that they have. Okay, remember to provide value. And we use a simple example, again, maybe $7 a month to someone who really wants to grow and be better at that particular thing and have constant access for it. $7 is not anything crazy to us, but think about the problem that you are solving if at least there's 1,000 people, okay, who will subscribe to it. 1,000 by 7,000, that's $7,000 US a month. Okay, as I said, there are managers in corporations, there are people with MBAs who don't even work that, and they have to work 60, 80 hours per week. Okay, and maintaining a web membership site might take you 10 to 12 hours per month. Okay, so that's crazy in terms of its possibility. And of course, one-on-one coaching, again, why I say that that's an online system, and I have clients all over the world, and I stay from my home or wherever I am. I could be on vacation. Once there's internet access, I can still coach people. Okay, it's one-on-one, but it's not always person to person, and that's great for creating lifestyle, for expanding your market. It now becomes global. So one-on-one coaching, and then of course creating live events. It can be seminars, it can be retreats. So like I'm going to have several retreats. So one of my other businesses is my life coaching business, where I talk about happiness. So I'm going to have happiness retreats where I'm going to have maybe 3-4 days that people go to a nice exotic location and you do retreats. But you can do half-day seminars on a Saturday, even if you have a full-time job. You create the program, find a location, and you use social media and your referral network to advertise. That's the fifth source of income for utilizing skills, knowledge, abilities, unique abilities, experiences. All of your life, guys, you are extremely valuable. You are sitting on acres of diamonds, I promise you. But you need structure, you need process, you need systems. And if you want to do it faster, I took 8 years, okay, to be able to get to my business at a particular level through trial and error, being too egotistical. I thought I had 2 master's degrees. Why do I need to get someone else to tell me how to do this? I should be able to do this. So my ego was too big to be able to get help. But once I got the right help from the right coach, from the right mentor, my business really took off. And that's really what we have to offer with Daring Business Builders Masterclass. Or master's class rather, because there are a lot of master classes out there, but I like to call mine a master's class, because having 2 masters myself, I know the value that I'm going to give is at a master's level. So it's like a 3-month master's, but the thing is that we're going to focus on your business. A typical master's on MBA program, they teach you to understand other people's businesses. They teach you to analyze other people's businesses. They teach you to think about other people's businesses. But at Go for 10, our master's classes are helping you to understand your business, analyze your business, create solutions for your business. All of these case studies are going to be about your business, not somebody else's business who's never going to get it. It's going to be real. It's going to be practical. Most importantly, it's going to be taught by people who have done it already. Okay, one of my pet peeves about business and business schools and business programs is that and entrepreneurial programs is that they are taught by people who do not run businesses, people who are not entrepreneurs. That's another great thing about Go for 10. We will only have successful entrepreneurs teaching Go for 10 programs. Okay, so I hope this has made sense to you guys, and let me know if there are any other questions. There's a chat room there. I don't have anywhere to go. I'm home right now. So if you have questions that you want to ask in the chat room that other people can benefit from, or you want to have a conversation after, please get in touch with me. So I'll stay on the line for a few other minutes and look on for questions that you may have. All right, seems that I did give some good value, so no questions are coming up. But again, if you have questions, please shoot us an email at team. So that's TEAM at iGo410.com. And we'll be happy to walk you through the process. But again, right below there's the link to go ahead and apply for the Daring Business Builders master's class. We really want to help 10 or 12 serious people who want to build the additional 5 income streams, but build it properly so that the income streams start streaming a lot sooner rather than later, and to also to maximize the streaming. So I know time is extremely valuable, and I really want to thank you for taking an hour, just about more than an hour of your time to tune into this webinar. And I really hope it was of value to you. And please stay in touch. If you have no interest in doing this, still stay in touch. We might share some information that might be valuable. And for people who don't want to do the group coaching program and want to work directly with me, I'm also open to doing that to help you to achieve your hopes, goals, dreams, aspirations, and most important, your happiness and your fulfillment. And we believe here at Go for 10 that comes from your higher calling, your purpose, your passion, the thing that lights you up, sharing it with the world so that you make other people abundant and you make you and your family abundant. Okay, so remember, don't settle for 7, go for 10 every time.